Welcome to the Long Run, Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
What are we doing today?
Today we're going to be talking about our 2024 health goals.
All right, let's get to it.
All right, we are going to also be recapping how we did on our 2023 health goals.
Yep.
So as we go through it, we'll say what we accomplished or didn't accomplish, and then what, if we made changes or whatever, and then any changes or additions that will be different for 2024.
Yep. All right, let's do it. So my goals for 2023 was to run a Dopey Challenge, and I did that. Sub 20-minute 5K, I didn't do that. I'm rolling that into 2024. I came close, but I didn't actually get that. 200 miles in a month, I did that several months. 12 books in a year, I got that done. And Run the Boston Marathon, I did that. And so for 2024, I'm still going to do the sub 20-minute 5K, which hopefully will happen in May. I've got a race coming up in May. I'm going to try to get that done. The second thing is, and this is kind of a off the cuff thing that's kind of thought of within the last couple months, just as I've kind of felt really good about my speed, about my running, is that I wanted to set a PR in half marathon. Now my PR is right now is 1 hour 36 minutes and about 25 seconds. So
just for anyone who might not be familiar with that term, personal record.
Yeah, personal record. Or some people say PB for personal best or whatever. But so yeah, I want to set a half marathon personal record, and I've already got a half marathon scheduled. It's going to be at the Celebration Marathon, half marathon on January 28th. So that's coming up really, really soon.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be reporting back on that as well. But that's coming up next couple weeks. My third goal is no Dr. Pepper days. Really kind of fell off the wagon as far as drinking sodas the last few months. So when I get to work, it's really easy just to grab a 14-ounce cup and grab some Dr. Pepper, because I really like Dr. Pepper. And so so anyway,
they're gross.
they're really not. Now, drop me a comment below. Let me know. Give me some love. Tell me how much you love Dr. Pepper in the comments below. And so I'm setting a goal in January for 10 days of no Dr. Pepper. It's January the 4th, and I'm still at 0 days. So actually, it's January the 5th today, but I'm through the first 4 days. I'm in 0 days. So that's why I set the bar low, because I kind of, like I said, kind of fell off the wagon here lately, and drank a lot of Dr. Pepper. So anyway, no Dr. Pepper days. 10 days for January is what I'm setting the goal for, and we'll move that up as we hit those and move on throughout the year. My fourth goal is to read 12 books this year, again, like we did last year. One will be a personal growth, and one will be what we call trash reading, which is just a book for fun. You read for fun. There's some learning in that. Sometimes you get some things out of it that you can use for personal growth, but it's really just a book you want to read for fun.
So when he was saying that about one is personal growth and one is trash reading, he means like the first month would be personal growth. The second month would be trash reading.
Yep.
Third month, personal growth, and keep going through the year.
Throughout the year, that's right. And then my fifth goal is to work in a core workout 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'm going to try to start that next week.
Because it's Friday and
I'm still at 0 days. So so working a core workout 3 times a week, that's my fifth goal. And those are my goals for 2024. Yeah. Nothing really too big there, but really excited about those.
Just as a note, we started the channel so that we could encourage people that they could live healthy on a budget. But we know that the health goal videos aren't as popular as our frugal living or budget videos. But we kind of do these as much about just being accountable to ourselves, because sometimes having to record this video on a few days after the month starts reminded me that I was supposed to be doing
There you go.
Do you feel that way? Like having to just say that he was supposed to do a core workout and he's at 0 probably reminded him that he needs to get on that.
Yep.
You know, and same thing with the Dr. Pepper.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so time for my health goals. I have to bring this a little closer because I don't have my glasses on. All right. So my one of my goals for 2023 was to average 10,000 steps a day, per day, and I did it some months, but not all of them. Not that I stopped walking altogether, but it wasn't like 10,000. It wouldn't have been an average of 10,000. Strength train 3 times a week, and I did that some, but not all. Do intermittent fasting 3 days a week. I did that all the way until November, and then in November I was trying something different, which you'll find out more about in the future. Fourth was to choose lower carb veggie options, like in replacement of rice or pasta, things like that, to choose something that was like made with cauliflower or like riced cauliflower, things like that, or riced broccoli and riced cauliflower, things like that, so that I got more vegetables in my diet than I was getting of things like rice and pasta. I'm not on a low carb diet, and I wasn't then. It was just those few little things that I was looking for alternatives for. And I did that. And I had the 12 books, and I did at least 12, maybe more, because some months I read 2 or 3. So, all right, so here is what I'm going to change for the new year. You'll be hearing more about this in a future video, but I'm going to be doing a thing where I'm just if you Google it, I think you can find some things that talk about it, but there's not like no books or anything. It's just, the idea is that before you eat anything else, you make sure you get your protein in before breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So protein first. You could also have vegetables at that time. And I will say that while I'm going to start officially, I've been doing it pretty much. I've been doing this pretty much since like November. But during the holidays, I didn't worry about it as much, like whether or not I was actually getting it. And, since January 1st, I've been focusing more on making sure that I have those options. Even like when we would go to theme parks, we would share a meal or something, but it was not necessarily, it was a little more on the carby side and a little more on the sugary or something like that. And so even on those days, I've looked at some options of ways that I can take things to the park with me that would be a protein source, and then I'll be less likely to eat those things in theme parks that I have been in the past. And so I'll be showing a video soon on exactly what that looks for me, but as like starting off my morning with some scrambled eggs and maybe 3 ounces of some sauteed chicken or something like that, so that I'm getting like about 30 ounces of protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is my goal right now, and maybe I'll bump it up in the future a little bit, but right now I'm just trying to get 90, because that actually is very filling. Yeah. So we'll see where we go with that, but that is right now what I'm looking at, is getting 90 grams of protein a day and making sure that I eat that protein before I eat other things. All right, and then second is under exercise is to walk every day, and especially, like, again, average 10,000 steps a day as the average. So if there's some days it's a little less, some days it'll be a little more, but that would be the average. And right now we are part of the Derek's Journey Steps Challenge through January and February. So it's especially important right now that we get our steps in like that average. But I mean, I'm hoping that it builds that routine so that months when we're not doing the steps challenge, I don't slack off a little bit. Not that I stop walking, but that I slack off a little bit when we're not doing the steps challenge. So that's one. And the other one is just like he said with the core routine, doing weights. I'm going to do lifting weights 3 times a week, starting on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And obviously it's going to start next Monday because I have not done that this week either. So 3 was we were going to, it's not that we eat out all the time, but we were eating out like on the theme park day. And then we were eating out the day that we would go buy groceries, we would get breakfast. And so what I told him was I wanted it to be on the weeks that we go to the theme park, we don't get breakfast before getting groceries. And if it's a week that we don't get to go to the theme park, then we can still have breakfast out before getting our groceries. So it's eating out only 1 time a week. And the next one is 12 books, just like he has on his list. And I don't know, did you say the book that you're starting off with?
Now I'm starting with a book called Turn the Ship Around. And so it's a book on leadership. So yeah.
Okay. And my book is called Neat, and it's actually supposed to be like teaching you daily habits that you can do in your home so that it's actually easy to maintain. You don't find yourself having to spend a lot of time cleaning every day because you're putting things in a way. You're learning the habits, like stacking habits, so that maintaining your home is easy. And I guarantee you, the reason why you don't see cleaning videos on this channel is because it is not our strength. So hopefully I'll be working on my habits. I don't think that I see us as necessarily messy, but if we could learn a few little habits just to make maintaining easier, then I wouldn't spend as much time cleaning. So. And we're also going to be doing some putting into our calendar a day every week where we're going to deep clean one area of our house, and then also do some organization and decluttering, which we'll probably do videos on that. But the reason why is because as we mentioned in our video that we'll link, it was about how cheap and frugal living will look for us in 2024. One of the things that we said was we're preparing for the idea that we will have to move in April, because if they raise the rent on this townhome again, we will be looking for somewhere else to move. We don't know that they will. We won't know till April, but we're just jumping we're thinking that way. We will probably move in April. And so we want to move less stuff. And we want, when it's time to move, everything to be nice and clean. And so we figure if we do deep cleaning in a different area every week, it'll make that whole process easier for us when we get to April, so that we're not like, dusting areas and scrubbing things and whatever. Everything will be nicely cleaned and stuff. So that is the hope, is that we make our, what we assume will probably happen as a move in April, so much easier if we do these things. So we'll show any decluttering that we do and stuff like that so that y'all can see it. So if decluttering videos interest you, be sure to subscribe. I know we did one here in our living room and some people thought that we didn't really have a mess. And it's because it's right inside the door. You tend to keep what's right inside the door that people come through cleaner and organized better than anywhere else. But our kitchen we haven't decluttered it since we moved here, and we've definitely added some things and needed to throw some things out and
Yep.
stuff. So yeah, it's definitely got some work to be done to it. Yeah.
All right, so drop us some comments below and let us know what your goals are for 2024. It's never too late or too early to start setting up some goals for the year, whether you set up daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly goals. Just let us know what you're setting for this year. We'd love to hear those. We always want to hear those from you guys. That's going to do it today. We're going to put a video right up here you can click. After we say the thing we always say, that's going to do it today. For the Long Run, Joel and Chrissy, I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
Don't forget it's the long run. Give yourself a little grace.
Bye.